Well, this is the start of my first video to our Facebook page. A little late to the party. My name is Christy, and my husband is not very keen on the whole video thing, but his name is Mike. I've been making videos for probably 6-7 years now, since we've been on the farm, but didn't ever really realize that people in the world really want to see what we do every day, how we interact with our animals, just the day-to-day hustle and bustle that it takes to care for goats, dogs, cats, cows. So I kind of wanted to start the video off in this particular location, because this location is really symbolic of the property itself. I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see. This is Pennington Cemetery. It is located on our property. It was 1700s. There are roughly 13 headstones here. As you can see, over the years, it's been trampled to the ground and just not well taken care of. Part of our goal here on Lil O Ranch is to put a fence around it, get it cleaned up. The property was really, really run down when we bought it. Needed new fences and new this and new that, and unfortunately the cemetery took the back burner to it. But part of our goal, the remaining part of this year, is to put it back together. We won't ever put the headstones back together. I'm sure we will never find all of the pieces and parts. But this cemetery is what led Mike to really feel a connection to this particular property. He is a history buff by nature, so when we originally purchased this property, we originally purchased it with about 40 acres, and we call it Lil O Ranch because we started off with Aberdeen Angus cows, which are little, and it was shaped in just about the shape of an O, so Lil O Ranch it was. We moved out here from California with 2 Aberdeen Anguses, a bull and a cow, and 3 horses, dogs, cats, and we have now turned this into 90 acres and way too many dogs, 20 some goats, 40 some cows, beautiful, beautiful cows. I did have some minis. I wanted to try my hand at minis. But this particular area in southwest Missouri is definitely not a mini area. We have quite a few people that raise cows around here, and they're standard cows. So I struggled with the minis for a while, so I took them to a specialty sale and sold them. Decided to just stick with goats. But this is just a portion of our herd moseying around out here. We hay this portion so we don't have to purchase our own hay in the winter. We have our own hay, comes straight from our property. We have usually about 70 bales of hay that we bale every year. That's Miss Reba. Reba out there, she is she's a sale barn savior. We bought her unbeknownst to us. She's blind as blind can be, but she wanders this 90 acres just as well as the rest of the herd does. Occasionally we have to go find her and bring her back, which is a chore in all itself. But so we purchased the 40 some acres when we first moved here, and then we got the opportunity to purchase an extra 27, 30 acres, something like that, that connected right to us and connected right up to the conservation land. And so in 6 years, we've turned this into 40 acres and 1 house and a couple of cows and 3 horses to 90 acres and 2 houses. We actually have a rental house now, getting ready to have a second rental, but that's a whole different business venture. So we've turned turned everything into 90 acres and 40 cows and 3 horses and donkeys and goats and ducks and chickens and dogs and cats. And you know, like I said, I've been taking videos for years, but never really shared them with anybody other than family and Facebook. So, you know, nobody really saw them except for my friends that I was friends with on Facebook. And my brother said, Christy, you really should be sharing your world and your adventures with the world. And I didn't really understand sharing this trials and tribulations of my life with the world, and how much people really wanted to see the day-to-days. And I didn't have this first video done, the introduction done, and this past week has been full of trials and tribulations. But so I caught some of them on video, but I really wanted to introduce myself, introduce the farm, show you around. The house we live in is 115 years old. The little building behind it was built in 1923. The well was not put in until the 1950s. There is an old well, that little silver building way back there in the back. That's the original well to the property, which it still works. That barn didn't have tin on it until 1972. This bigger barn, which I now use as my goat barn, it was built in the 1920s as well. So there's so much history here. There's so much, the land, it seems silly to say, but I guess the property kind of called to us, and called to Mike more specifically, because I honestly didn't see it till the day we moved in. I was in California putting our affairs in order. So there's no words to describe once you found your home, your place, your passion. I've always loved animals, and I've always loved everything about nature and being outside, and now I get to do it every day. It's hard, it's exhausting. Mike is actually in bed sick with the flu right now. He works a full-time job, I work a full-time job, and then we come home and we take care of everything here. This is one of the babies from this year, little bull calf. We have 2 bulls. We have a Charolais bull, and then we have an Aberdeen Angus bull. So I know I'm bouncing around a lot and kind of giving you a lot of information and a lot of everything that goes on in our world. Baby down there lost its mom. Where's my mom? Lots of mooing. Oh, wait. Are you my mom? No, you're not my mom. Lots of information, lots of moving parts, lots of everything that goes on. This is my world. This is everything in my world. Everything that I love, you know, minus my family. I'll show you Wendy. Wendy's over here. There's Wendy. So Wendy is a cow that we bought from a friend of ours. And she's a good girl, but Wendy's not feeling real good. So she had a calf earlier this year, and it really hurt her hips, hurt her legs, hurt her just in general. So we've got her up here in a smaller pen so she can, so sorry. Wendy, that's very rude, very rude. So we're trying to doctor her back to health, but I'm not so sure that we're going to get there. She's been up here for a little over a month now, and she's still real weak in the hips, but we're trying everything we can to get her healthy. But we keep her in a smaller space so she's not dragging herself around there for a while. She got caught up with the herd, and you can see how she stumbles. She got caught up with the herd, and she just kept stumbling and falling. And she got an infection in her feet. It was a whole debacle. Whole debacle. Oh, there my bucks carrying on. So I decided a few years back that I needed Nigerians. That was the whole thing. Not realizing the things that go into having goats. And so I have 5 show Nigerians, and then the rest of my goats are all mixed breeds. The rest of them are all mixed breeds, and they're my meat goats that I take to the sale barn. Let's see who's carrying on over here. So that would be Dolly. Dolly is now currently flagging her tail at the bucks. And everybody should be bred, so she might just be flagging just to flag. And this handsome fellow is Otis. Can you say hi, Otis? Can you say hi, Otis? Can you say hi, Otis? Any other time you say hi. And that handsome fellow back there is Sunny. They are my show bucks. Oh, now you're going to say hi? Now you're going to say hi? And then we got Dottie and Harmony and Moose. Moose is my boar goat buck. He is just now at breeding age, so I have him in with everybody, hoping to get some boar goat babies. Then there's a whole other slew of them. A whole other slew. Lots and lots of goats. Mike really doesn't have a whole lot to do with the goats. He's like, that's all you, sister. Oh look here. This is Nin. So Nin was my very first cow. We brought her with us from California. She was born premature. She is deaf. She has brought us many babies over the years. Brought us many babies. Oh, so sorry. She hit me with her tail. And Nin will live and die here. Like, she is not going anywhere. This is her home. Like I said, she's brought me many babies over the last at least 7 babies over the years. Let's see who else is out here that I can kind of show you. Take you to one of my favorite places on the property. Like I said, when we moved here, all of this was grass, taller than I am, and I'm 5'6". In some places, it was even taller than Mike, and he's 6'3". So we've done a lot. We've taken down fences, we put up fences. We've decided that we didn't like that fence, so we took it down again. It's been a learning curve. Thankfully, over the last 7 years, we've acquired many fantastic friends that have helped us, guided us, taught us, coached us along the way. Things that I have done in the last 7 years, I don't think I would have ever dreamed that I would have done. I'm pretty sure that some of the people that walk around or drive by think there's seriously something wrong with me, especially when it comes to it's just about time for a goat to give birth, or it's just about time for a cow to give birth, constantly looking at the girl parts, touching their udders, picking up their tail. It's just a thing. And it might just be a me thing, but it's just a thing. Something that I do just to, double check myself and make sure that everything is going to plan. That I'm not going to have any surprises. That I'm not going to. This year I'm going to put a couple cameras in my goat barn, so I don't have to keep running back and forth in the middle of the night checking on the girls. So the original well house, and this is probably one of my most favorite places on the farm, right here. It's just a breezeway. There's nothing special about it really, other than kind of gives you that storybook magical feel. you see on Hallmark movies. People driving down the road with the trees all the way lined over it, and just kind of gives you that little canopy feel. It is probably one of my most favorite places on the farm. There's a couple places, but we probably won't get to those today. This little cow over here, only she's not little. We call her Mama. We acquired her from the neighbor when he sold his house, and she just had a baby this month ago or so. Absolutely spectacular baby. She's a good girl. There's a couple of my cows that I'm like, they're a little scary, but for the most part, they're all pretty gentle. I mean, they have their days. I mean, they're cows. So, but back to my favorite spots on the farm. This is Cammie. We'll go over and say hi to Cammie. So Cammie came with us from California. Her backstory, she's a rescue. We got her from a hoarding situation in California. Doctored her back to health. Thought about selling her a couple times. I can't bring it to my heart to sell her. She probably needs a job, more than a job than I can give her, but again, she'll probably live and die here. I wish I had known about this YouTube thing, which leads me to the whole little late to the party. We're a little late to many parties, a little late to the let's be farmers in our 40s, a little late to the let's do the YouTube channel and share my world with people. Little late to a lot of things. But we've got more of the cows. I've been watching some videos on what makes people want to watch your videos. And I don't have a rescue. I don't have stories behind every cow. I don't have stories behind every horse. I just have our life. I just have the adventures of when the cows get out, the adventures of when the goats get out. Luckily my goats love me. I have my brother said, here's the thing, you can do a lot of things with your phone, but you can't do everything with your phone. So him and his wife bought me a GoPro, which in turn I am not using currently because I'm just walking around. But with a GoPro I can show you, I pull my bucks in because I do have a show at the end of the month. I'm going to be able to show you what it's like to trim their feet and give them shots, and I'm going to be able to tell you what shots I'm giving them and how much I'm giving them, and I'm going to be able to share that stuff with you and share my knowledge of that stuff with you. I'm going to be able to show you, the goats are out. I'm going to be able to show you how I get them to come back in. Hi, Cammie. Hi, Cammie. Can you say hi? I'm going to be able to show you all of these things in my world that I do every day, that I love so passionately and I love so dearly. And hi. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. So Cammie came with us from California. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to be able to share lots of things with you. Oh, Cammie's she's just going to tail along. Oop. Yeah. She's a good girl. And just share my life with you. And okay, we're going to the feed store and I'm buying another $100 worth of feed, and okay, I've got another sick goat and this is what I buy. And you know, I rely on a lot of people and friends to give me useful information, and it has been very useful. This is Bella. Bella also came with us from California. Bella is probably in her mid to late 20s. It's funny, fun fact, when we lived in California, she was a really hard keeper in the winter, really hard keeper. We had to do weight gainer and grains and all kinds of stuff. And since we have lived here, it was only the first winter that I had to give her weight gainer and things of that nature. And she has kept her weight on and kept her muscle tone and kept everything about her beautiful personality all through the years. She has taught me how to do cattle drive. She's taught me how to do sorting. She's taught me how to do barrels. This big handsome fellow is Peanut. Peanut is our Charolais bull. We acquired him a couple years back. He's a very good boy, very tame, dog gentle. He has produced the mass majority of these babies that you see out here this year. Grubby's kind of getting up there in age. I don't even know where he's at, but he's kind of getting up there in age, so he's probably on his way to retirement. And then this little gal back here, this is Jenny. We bought Jenny when we bought some of our Aberdeens. She came along with them. She's a shy little girl. She's given us 3 babies. We just recently sold our Jack to some friends of ours. But she is heavily bred and due again in May. So we will probably end up keeping her baby just so she's not lonely, because they really like to be in pairs. But like I said, she's kind of shy. She'll only come up to you if you got treats. So that's Jenny. And this is my favorite animal on the entire farm, aside from my dogs. This is my heart and my soul. This is Willow. This is Willow. Hi, Willow. Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. Willow also came with us from California. She is my everything. Mike bought her for me. A friend of mine owned her, and they were selling down their horses, and she had her and she had Bella. And Willow and I have done parades. She's not real crazy about arena work, so she lets me know all about that when she's not happy about doing arena work. But being out here on 90 acres, oh, there's Grubby. Oh, see if we can zoom in on him. There's Grubby. Big man Grub. He come with us from California too. We bought him when he was 6 months old. So she is my everything. I call her my war pony. She's got one blue eye. She's got one blue eye, one brown eye. That's my toe. That's my toe. Okay. And now we've made it over to the back side of the property. We've got some cows. This is our rental house. You can't really see the rental house, but this is the rental house, the back side of the rental house. Soon to be a second rental over here. Looks like I have a calf over here. Hopefully she's on the right side of the fence, because I don't want to have to chase her. We can walk over here. I love you all, but I am surely not walking the full 90 acres. I mean, I probably can, and it would be perfectly fine. But I'm going to eventually run out of things to say about our life and just the opportunity that has presented itself for us. One, to own 90 acres and which is not an easy feat in itself. But to own 90 acres and be able to walk 90 acres just because I want to walk 90 acres. You have a bad day at work and you come home, and this is where you unwind. This is where you take a breath and ground yourself and love the world again, and love yourself again. And know that everything that you do is all for this and all for them. There's no easy days, there's no days off, there's no sick days, except for, one of us can be sick at a time. We can't both be sick together. It doesn't work. The one time that we were sick together, it was the dead of winter, and we had to set an alarm and take turns going out and checking everybody because it was really, really cold outside. So there is no getting sick together. It is one or the other. And even if we are both sick together, there's no days off, because these souls out here rely on us. They rely on us to feed them and doctor them and make sure that they're warm and dry and healthy. That's our job. And that's our job now that I have the tools to share with the world. It's my job to share everything that goes on here with you, whether it's just a day-to-day thing or it's an emergency. I have, like I said, I've been shooting videos now for God only knows how long, but I really wanted to do this to share with you guys. But I've got births, I've got C-sections, I have all kinds of videos to share with you guys that have happened here on the farm in the last 7 years. Now I see why cows are mooing. We have a gate that's almost closed. And, well, I love them, but they're not always the smartest creatures. So let's go over here and fix this gate so everybody can get back through over here. Oh, and I do have a calf on the wrong side of the fence. That's fantastic. Oh, that's just great. So you're gonna get to see me push a calf, because she has decided that this is where she wants to be, on the wrong side of the fence. So we'll see what we can do about getting her back over with her mama, because I'm pretty sure that's her mama. So I'm not sure how this is going to work, but we'll give it a whirl and see what happens. So I guess we will walk the majority of the property. So we're going to stroll down here to this next set of gates. And this is more of our property, more of the 90 acres. So I'm just going to quiet for a minute and just let you soak in the sights and the sounds of what goes on, and the 90 acres and the birds, before I get into chasing a cow. The one time that I choose not to drive the gator, and there's a cow on the wrong side of the fence. And it's a calf to boot, which is never fun to move. All right. So this is another part of the property. We're going to go down here. I don't know how she got on the other side. I don't know how long she's been on the other side either. We do have automatic waters. They're not plugged in currently, but we do have them. When we don't have them turned on, we have a 400-gallon tank that we fill and drive down, and oh, she's gonna go the wrong way. Calves are hard to move. They want to stay where their moms are, and I'm not sure where her mom went, so we may end up going a completely opposite direction that I'm currently going to now, depending on where her mom went. Ooh, there's good grass back here. So, back here in the back, there's a red gate. That's our creek on the other side of that red gate. And there's a whole nother, I don't know, 15 acres on the other side of that that belongs to us as well. Like I said, you wouldn't think 90 acres is really big till you have to walk it from one end to the other, which, again, I had no intentions on walking the entire 90 acres, but here I am, talking and walking, and now you get to see part of what happens in my world when I go out checking things. If Mike was here, we'd have the gator out, and we would be in the gator. But I don't always like driving the gator, and it's a really pretty day out. I was gonna get on a horse, but that didn't go so well either. I changed my mind on that one. Honey, you're gonna have to go back the other way. We're gonna go up and across the fence. I'm not sure how you got out here, but you're going the wrong way. So we gotta go. I know your mom's over there. Come on. Come on. There you go. Good girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. I know your mom is over there, but we're going to go down the fence line. Because I don't know how you got through over here. But we're going to go down the fence line. So, come on. Nope. Your mommy's not, you can't go this way. Come on. Come on. Ma'am. You know, this is exactly what I was afraid of. You're going to go the wrong... I know. And then I'm going to have to walk all the way back across and shut the gate. Mother of pearl. Hereford, how did she get over there? How did she even get over there? Why did you let her get over there is a bigger question. Let's see if we can drive her down and around the corner. That's the only thing we're going to be able to do, Hereford. Because she's not going to go the other way. Don't eat that, you weirdo. Alright. Now don't back up and go this way, because I can't get you back over here. Ma'am. We got to go around the corner. You're going to have to figure it out from here. Come on. Hut. Well, hopefully she knows where she's going. I get her down here around the corner. there's a gate, and sometimes they go right under the gate because it's not hot, and other times they get stupid and run the other direction. My guess is she's going to get stupid and go the other direction. That's because her mom is back here screaming at her. So unless I can get her to go through it, over it, under it. There we go. Come on. You know where you came in at. Oh, you're going to go through... Is that how you came in? I doubt that's how you came in. It's barbed wire. I mean, that might be how you came in. Pretty sure that's... Ooh! Ooh! Okay, then. That's how she came in. So now she's got to go back and find her mom. So it looks like I've got some fence stretching to do. But that's a project for another day. So I'm kind of excited that the first video you actually got to see the chaos. Some chaos. Not a lot. Just one. And at least I didn't have to run. Because, God bless, I hate running after those little boogers. They're quick and nasty. So I will take you one more spot. And that's where I'm going to end my day. That's where I'm going to end my thoughts. That's where I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to post this video once I'm all done with it and let it sit for a couple of days. Invite the rest of my friends. As currently, I think my mom, my sister-in-law, and my brother are the only ones that are following this page, just because I created it when we were talking about it. So I'll invite the rest of my friends to see my page, and then as people start viewing it, I'll start adding the videos that I've got stored on my phone, so everybody that is there can see it, appreciate it, love it, laugh at it, and just, I wish I could bottle up the air for those of you that will be watching this from the city. Bottle up the air and the sights and the sounds and just everything that goes on. In a couple of weeks, not that this is pertinent to the farm, but in a couple of weeks, Mike and I are going to have our pictures done. And she's going to come out about this time of night. And I believe it's 5:46. So, yeah, right about this time of night. And I think they call it the golden hour is what she said. And so this last spot that I'll walk down to is probably going to be a few of the photos. We want to try and find some moments in time where there's horses and cows and goats and all of the goings on of the farm in the photos, because that's really what this is about. It's about the animals. It's not about me. It's not about Mike. It's not about all the property that we own or the money that we make, or because if I could buy feed for cheap, it's never about the money. It's about the love I have for the animals that we care for. The sense of belonging and the sense of passion, I guess. I don't know. I know I kind of ramble sometimes, but I'll get better at this, I promise, as I make more and more of them. I'm sure at some point you're going to hear me swearing. Here in, I don't know, a couple weeks, we're going to work the cows. Fun fact, Mike has never castrated a cow. Mike has never castrated a bull. I have. So this go around, he gets to learn how to do it. So he's not really looking forward to that, but it makes me laugh that he's not okay with it. But so generally we see a bunch of deer and turkey back in here. It's been kind of quiet lately, but so here a year ago in July, June, we had a wedding back here, so we had to put everybody in the gator and totem back here. We set up hay bales and archways and tables. It was really pretty. It was a quick, simple little, I think there was maybe 20 guests, maybe. We've thought about making this back part into a wedding venue, because it's just perfect. It's just absolutely perfect for a wedding venue. When we round this corner, you'll see exactly what I mean, because it is beyond. We even talked about building a house back here, but we didn't want to take away from the pond. There's a pond back here, and that's where all the wildlife come to drink. So we didn't want to disturb that, because we'd bring back our dogs and our chickens and our ducks and our goats and everybody would follow us back here. And so I'm pretty sure the wildlife would be like, no. So, all right. This, 2 great big huge oak trees. Hold on. Get up there. The lights, so we had the wedding just between those 2 oak trees. And we had twinkle lights and we had tables and everything set up back here. But this is probably where some of our photos will be taken. So let's go up here. Stand under the tree. It's a little warm out today. It's not as warm as what it has been, but okay. All right. So this is it. This is where I'm going to end this video. I've been yammering on for 45 minutes now, but I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who will hopefully be following my page, following along in our adventures, laughing with us, crying with us, watching the trials and tribulations of owning a farm, doctoring cows, doctoring goats, saying goodbye to ones that pass on, and just everything that goes along with it. I'm so very, very grateful to everybody, to my brother who has sent me the tools to do this, and so very, very grateful to God who has blessed us with the ability to have this and be able to share it with the world and provide for the world the meat and the eggs and the chicken and the goat meat. And without God, we could not have done that. Without prayers and blood, sweat, and tears, we could not do this. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodnight, and I can't wait to talk to everybody again, and I will post some more videos shortly so you can kind of catch up with my world. So welcome to A Little Late to the Party on our life on Lil O Ranch. Have a good night.